Okay, so he's like a squirrel holding a sign that says what again?
Scroll, not squirrel.
Squirrel.
That would be fucking weird. Is that a scroll? Squirrel fucking
I
ticketing.
thought you want a squirrel showing up for no reason. It's like
No, it's
okay,
scroll.
a squirrel. Okay.
Okay, so it's a squirrel holding a scroll
I know,
that has this
that's what
written
I
on it.
thought.
It's like, "Arr."
No, it's a scroll that says, "Wait, don't attack us.
Okay.
We're friendly. We live here."
So they still have weapons at the ready. They never seen monsters that attack actually cast spells before, so they do their best. But you're very tiny. Kate, Eric, what you guys are doing?
I'm assuming we get off of the tree and walk into town.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off the trail.
Okay. Unfortunately, the tree's been told to take you into town, so this thing is still trying to follow you guys. What do you do?
Well, I mean, if I climb down off of it and it wants to follow us, that's fine. I'll just be like, "Hey, don't attack my tree. He's kind of stupid, but he's not going to harm you."
Alright. Unfortunately, Stern is not here. But there is another captain here that, let's say, Kate knows. Kate, what's this captain's name and what is he like?
His name is Steve,
His name is Steve.
and he's a pretty easygoing guy.
Easygoing. Okay. So, how do you actually know Steve?
Steve is my uncle. Like not biologically, but like he's like best friends with my dad.
Okay. So he actually rushes up to you when he finally notices you, and says, "Kate, where have you been? Your father has been worried so much. He actually went to every kid's house in your class, and you just like weren't there."
I left a note. I went out.
He's just like standing there rubbing his head, and then he knows that he's sniffing the air. Kate, what do you do? You do somewhat smell of marijuana.
What's he going to fucking do about it? Really?
Yeah. Be like, I got kidnapped by some old man in the woods. You should probably kill him.
Oh, God. You're going to get this dude killed.
He says, "Oh my god," and then like rushes you for a hug, and then just like you know he's still like sniffing you. It's like you can definitely tell there's something on you.
Oh, you're going to get searched, bitch.
You are getting searched. Kate, roll me. Give me a disadvantaged stealth check, and if you succeed, you keep your marijuana. Otherwise, he's taking it. You did not succeed.
Ah, shit.
He finds the marijuana, and he's just like staring at you, wide-eyed. Says, "Don't worry, we'll just keep this between you and me." And you see him stash it into his bag and just like walk off.
I'd like to point out that as a group of 7-year-olds, I have a gun, she has pot. What the fuck are we doing?
I'm a dragon that breathes lightning.
Oh, come on.
And
House is not on
someone's
fire. Sorry about that.
House is on fire.
What is that?
My house
Fire
is
alarm.
not on fire, but the alarm's going off.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was a car alarm.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'll go check it in a moment. But yeah, you guys get into town, everything's fine. You eventually, Kate, before you ever make it past the third ring, your dad just shows up and is frantically running at you until he sees the giant ant actually crawl over the wall itself and just like plant itself into the ground right inside the wall. Its job was to make sure you got into town, and it literally just crawled over the wall. It's like stuck right up against it.
Cool.
This
Now
is
I'm-
my
I
friend.
want.
It's like, that's it. This is my friend, and you just stop.
Yeah.
He's just like sitting there with his mouth open. First of all, there's a dragonborn. He's never actually met you before, Eric. And then there's the gnome, which is a drastic jump between one extreme to the other. And not even including the fact it's a giant ant, just like, who just crawled over the wall.
I'm gonna ask him if he's had his holy water yet today.
He pulls out a flask, and you don't think it's holy water.
I'm gonna slap it out of his hand and yell, "It's demon water." Just give him a canteen of holy water and say, "Chug."
He drinks it, and he doesn't seem to notice the difference.
I'm gonna do a perception check to make sure he's not, like, secretly hiding the fact that he's burning inside.
He seems to be fine, Eric. And
All right.
you wouldn't even notice, apparently.
It's like, oh, okay, he's fine.
Okay, so is this ent gonna hang around town?
It's permanently stuck there, man, until the druid actually shows up. You can talk to it if you want.
He was coming.
Yeah, he says he's coming to town.
Because I've got a gang of squirrels that is gonna be so fucking excited that there's a new tree.
Yeah, this thing's massive too. This is like one massive tree. You could literally build a house in there if you wanted, which would be a little weird because it's like right up against the wall.
I could live in this fucking tree, easy. Like a little tree house, fucking
Pretty much,
hang
man.
out.
Does anyone own the land around the treehouse?
Officially, the land right against the wall is not for sale.
Well, too bad.
Do we believe Captain Stern would stop us from building there?
He is very stern, so I think not.
I think at this point in time, it's not really up to him. This tree is now in charge. I mean, unless your mom wants to come say something about it.
Just gotta come over there, just start building fences, put chickens in there.
Okay. So, for the next 2 days, Kate is at home and is grounded. Jake, you don't actually get punished because your druid uncle, or whatever you want to call him, actually just, like, shows up in the house when your mom gets home that night. And, like, you know, like, she's just staring at the two of you and blames him entirely for what happened. It's like, he blames, obviously, the weird guy who smokes weed every day. And it's just, like, screaming at him, and apparently he gets no dessert for the next week or something. Your mom's a little odd in her parenting strategy. Apparently, you know already that she's not exactly the motherly one. She was just sort of there at the time.
Yeah.
And Eric, you get home and your nun has apparently been giving your chickens holy water to drink. Which actually doesn't do anything, but
Are
still.
there holy chickens?
You notice that the feathers are a little whiter than before? And you also notice that the one egg that one of the chickens laid is like full on completely white. It's like you look at an egg, you use eggshell white, which is not perfectly white. This is straight up white.
We're gonna have holy chickens.
Alright,
It's gonna be awesome.
Or holy
Oh,
chicken eggs. Just like
and-
hit zombies with the face with these eggs and you die, man.
What's-
Alright, I'm
what's
gonna
the-
do everything I can to hatch that egg.
Sure, man.
Catrice.
So
That's
you
the
just
thing.
leave it underneath there. It's like that's really the best thing you can do. Just leave it in there.
He could literally be making this thing into a cockatrice. Because they're holy lightning lizard or holy lightning chickens. He's lightning. Now he's got holy water.
I'm breeding cockatrice.
Yeah, man. Just breed a bunch of killer chickens that just wander around town, turning everyone to stone. Because obviously that's the best option.
Nah.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm totally gonna break into Kate's house while she's grounded. I'm gonna come in and visit.
Okay.
Aw, thanks. That's nice.
So, what do you guys do while you're... Well, Kate, you're grounded. What do you do for 2 days while you're in there?
Play with
'cause
my
I'm-
chickens.
You play with
Yes.
your chickens that you...
Can I tell Jake to take my chickens to Eric?
Sure.
Yeah. So, Kate, give me an animal handling check.
Give what check?
Animal handling, that's one of your skills.
Okay.
Okay, I succeeded.
Wow.
She did.
They're your chickens and they follow you around, but you are unable to communicate with chickens. Which
Yeah.
we kind of already knew that, but still, it's like... Do you want to keep them, or are you just letting Eric have them?
Okay, I'm gonna let Eric have them. I feel like he's better equipped to take care of them.
Okay. So, Eric, you mark down another chicken and another rooster.
Woo.
Kate, are you going to keep your basket net? Nest?
No, I'll give that to Eric as well.
Eric, you have a mobile water thing you want to mark that
Basket
as.
nest.
You carry around the egg and the chicken in it, and then you'll know right away when it hatches.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take one of my mildly holy chickens and my Jesus egg, and yeah.
Like I need to roll later on off screen to see if that chicken egg actually is fertile. Otherwise, it's literally just gonna stay an egg forever. Okay.
In the meantime, I'm apparently smuggling chickens out of Kate's house.
Mm.
I'd say that Kate's mom or Kate's dad is probably not too happy she brought chickens into the house anyway.
Kate, you notice that the chickens refused to go into the house, but other than that, he didn't actually care too much. He was more glad that you're home, because he was frantically worried where you were.
I want to ask my dad what's wrong with Mom.
Says, what do you mean, Kate?
Like, why doesn't she move or talk or really be a human being at all?
What do you mean? She's right there, and she turned around and she's like just standing there, not moving, staring at you.
Yeah, like, talk. Like, make her talk then.
Well, your mother's not feeling well today, Kate. And she's like,
Mother's
he
not
tried
feeling
to,
well
he tried
any
to
day.
shoot you
Dad,
away.
cut the shit and tell me. And get me my weed back.
After all that, you have to bring up the weed. Give me a charisma check. You don't succeed. And he continues saying that your mother is just not feeling well. And though you've never really seen her move, the fact that she actually can just appear, like the fact that he just said that she's right behind you and she was just there, like you still don't get how she gets around, but you never see her move. It's like you turn
I'm
around and
definitely
she's
gonna
just
be
standing
like,
there.
Dad, you're full of shit. Like, I don't believe you. I'm
He's
gonna
like-
run away again if you don't tell me. Like, that's pretty much.
And he's just
Yeah.
like, he's just stuttering and is unable to say anything at the moment. And
I think he's a warlock, and he's fucking conjuring this fucking spirit bitch.
that might be possible, considering that she just shows up wherever he says he is, wherever he says she is. Okay.
Yeah.
So Kate, we'll get back to you. I'm going to cover what they want to do, and then we'll see what happens. So, Jake, other than sneak into Kate's house on the first day, what do you do for 2 days?
I think I'm gonna help set up the chicken farm.
Okay. Give me a strength check. You're essentially building another chicken house, or an extension to it. You did okay. It's not too amazing, but you did okay.
I think I would be better off, rather than like being the dude nailing stuff and moving wood, I'll be like the one climbing up on top to line everything up.
Mm.
doing the agility stuff.
Okay.
Stuff that we don't have the technology to do in this time.
Okay. Eric, are you there?
Yeah, sorry. That's my fault.
I've returned.
Okay.
In
So
fact,
what are you doing for 2 days?
Setting this up next to the Ent, right?
Yeah, we're gonna set up around the end.
Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rig up a pulley so that I can use intelligence instead of strength.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check. You do
That's a little-
somewhat better. You're doing okay. You managed to set things up. You always have the option to just ask the druid to move the tree. So you guys want to do that before you start building in the tree?
We should probably... Yeah, we probably should start somewhere not right next to the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like an actual land plot somewhere.
So apparently the druid is given a small lot where the tree can sit. And you want to just build there, I assume, right?
Yeah, we're gonna fence that whole area in,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, whenever we're gonna try and cut our costs on like wood and stuff via buying like the cheapest, shittiest lumber possible, and then casting mending on it.
You can go to the... There is a junkyard you could go to.
Go
There's
in
also
there.
a forest. We just go get our own fucking trees.
Yeah, but we're dealing with an ent
You don't want to be cutting down trees.
in front of an ent to build
That's
a
a good
fence
point.
around the ent out of fresh corpses.
That's
Exactly.
a valid point.
So you go to the junkyard, you salvage some parts, and you manage to build an semblance of a chicken's area. And that's pretty much all you get to do within 2 days, because you spend a lot of time just dragging wood to the place.
Cool.
Okay, so both of you up your constitution by 1, just for your intense physical labor. Okay, Kate, on the second day, you threatened that you would run away again if your dad didn't tell you what's up.
Mm-hmm.
And on that night, your mom actually shows up next to you not in your bed, but adjacent, just like standing there, like looking at you. What do you say to her?
What's up, Mom?
This is probably the few times you ever actually heard her speak. She says to you, "You have some questions for me?" And you notice that her mouth does not move when she says that.
I'm like, what are you?
There are many things in this world, Kate. It'd be hard to explain.
Can you
Okay, well,
try?
Explain what you aren't. There's only one thing I need to know.
Yeah. I just want to be like, can you try to explain it? Like,
She says,
what are your
"Come with-"
abilities?
She says, "Come with me, Kate." And then at some point, you just blink, whether or not you stand there staring at her after she says that, and just like stare at her. But eventually, whenever you blink, she just sort of disappears. And then you can hear her calling to you in the basement.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
It's like you're gonna follow your creepy mother into
I'm
the
also, yeah, well, she's my mom, man. Like,
basement. All right.
I don't know about you, but if your mom asked you to follow you into the basement, you'd probably fucking go.
Okay. Eventually you get to the basement, and she's sort of just sitting there, adjacent to a bunch of crates that are just piled up in the corner.
And be like, what are those?
It'd be easier for you to find out. Just take the crowbar over there and open the largest crate.
It's gonna be just
Okay.
like bones.
If it's a
shit.
body, I'm not gonna be pleased. But I'll do it.
Okay. So, you come over and you crack this thing open. And what you actually see, no, it's not a body, but it's a statue of her inside this crate.
Be like, what the fuck, Mom? More questions than answers here.
It's like, this answers none of my questions.
It's like, this made more. Like, just shut the fuck up and tell me what's going on.
Give me an
I'm
arcane
7 years
check.
old, Mom. I can take it.
Give me an arcane check.
An arcane check.
Yeah. Didn't think you would pass. She tells you it's hard to explain, but that she was once alive, and now she is somewhat still alive.
Okay, is she magical? Like, I don't understand. Like,
I
what
think
was she
she's-
before this?
She's being very vague,
Or
but
some
she
shit.
does
Yeah,
tell
like-
you she was, in fact, a wizard 1,000 years ago.
Okay. See, this doesn't make sense that she's being so vague, because she came to me, okay? It's not like I went and found her and was like, you need to answer some questions.
Okay.
She came to me to answer questions. I don't understand why she's so vague.
She's a very odd person, okay? You've never seen her move, you've never seen her talk, she's never told you any, like, childhood stories. You've
I
almost
want to
never
ask
heard
her
her
if
talk.
she's really my mom.
She says, magically speaking.
That doesn't make
I know.
sense.
Okay. But she's trying so hard to be just this
Okay,
weird person.
do I have magical powers?
She says that you should. If you are of my blood, and she says you are.
You haven't
Well,
had
like, I feel like
Here's
she
the
should
thing.
know. Also, can she teach me?
This is the first time you've seen any movement, and that's her smiling. And she says, yes, I will teach you. Hey, Kate, you wanna
Okay,
be
and
a
what's
warlock?
going on with Dad? Why is he so fucking weird?
First of all, she asked if you'd like to be a warlock.
I knew it.
Oh. I don't know. I don't really like spells.
It's up
Yeah,
to you.
whatever.
Warlock's
I
actually a
guess.
really good class if you want to be that one.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So you agree to be a warlock. And when you agree to being a warlock, you finally notice her actually move for once. And she gives you a hug, which sort of passes through you, because it's kind of ghostly.
I want to know what's happened to her.
She tries her best to explain that she is essentially a lynch minus the body. You know what a
Oh.
lynch is?
No idea.
She was a really powerful wizard who stuck her soul inside this statue and is now able to live minus a body.
So this statue's a fucking Horcrux?
Essentially a Horcrux.
Okay, I just want to know how she met my dad and, like, what happened there. And, like, is he human or is he a warlock? Like, did they meet 1,000 years ago? I'm confused.
She tells you that your father's human and that they met around the time you were born.
Mom's a slut.
Bounty.
She doesn't have a body, Kate.
Well then, how long has she been like this?
1,000 years ago.
Here's what I think happened, and I'm probably wrong, but so far I think he found a story, a random tidbit of lore about this really powerful wizard, and he went off to search, and he finds this statue which has her spirit attached to it, and he's like, holy shit, this is, some magical, awesome artifact, and she's like, yo dude, stop fondling my tits, and then they had a pleasant conversation, and you appeared shortly afterwards.
I don't think that's how, like,
Base.
babies and or living works. I don't know.
No, it doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever.
Basically, your dad.
Okay, I want
Your
her
dad.
to promise me that she's gonna tell me all about this whole birds and the bees situation because I don't understand it.
Your
Okay.
dad's as bad as mine was.
Okay, I'll tell you most of it, but on a charisma check. It depends on how much you'll get, actually. Go ahead.
But I suck at those.
Well, you actually did okay this time.
Yeah.
So she eventually tries her best to explain that yes, your father found her somewhere in her lab that was at the time she got stuck in there because the door didn't open anymore because it's super old, 1,000 years ago, So he finds this statue of her, brings her home, and your mom comes out of the statue, possesses his neighbor, seduces him. She gets pregnant, and then says, "Oh, hey, I'm not actually your neighbor, who's actually married, and you just like did adultery. I'm actually this statue, and I'm an ancient 1,000-year-old witch."
Did you say he got pregnant?
She got pregnant.
No, she did.
So,
Okay.
you're actually blood related to your neighbor, who you believe to be dead because of the whole attack by giant monsters thing. But yeah, and then he took you, and now your mother is this statue, essentially.
My family is a whole lot of hella fucked up. Am I still high? Is that like what's going on here?
You are a little high, but that was 2 days ago, so I don't know.
I'm be like, okay, cool. I guess so.
And now
I'm gonna try and go
100%
back to bed.
by the nun chick is throwing holy water at everybody because obviously something fucking weird's going on.
Okay, is my mom a good wizard or a bad wizard?
Well, she's nice to you. Just one way to
That
put it.
doesn't.
Well,
like,
he
is she
never
evil
had
or-
he never had
except-
friends over, and your dad is amazingly good at being a businessman, but has no ability whatsoever.
To be a dad.
Like,
So-
Kate, you know your dad's not that smart. He's level 0. That essentially means he's never done anything with his life, but yet somehow it's super wealthy and is this great businessman. Just like tells you that maybe your mom's secretly in charge of everything and your dad's just a lazy bum.
Yeah, probably.
Who's
Cool.
signing
Okay,
up?
well, I gotta mull this over. That's what I gotta say.
Well, you're the one who kept diving in. Now you got your answer. This is
No,
really
I'm
well-
happy I got them. I want to be like, I want to start this training, but like, I want to go back to bed now.
I will start tomorrow.
It is
Okay.
time
I
to
love
pass
you,
out.
Mom. I'm gonna tell her that because like, I'm a good kid.
Yeah, she hugs you, tells you that if you actually become a warlock, she can actually touch you, but you can't right now. And then she attempts to pat you on the head, though it just sort of just goes through, and it's kind of weird and chilling feeling, like you get up your spine, but on your head and your scalp. It's just kind of weird.
Okay. Cool. I'm going back to bed.
Well, there you go. Ever
okay,
since,
well, that's
yeah.
neat.
So ever since then, you can actually see your mom move around. Something about the actually being near the statue that makes the effect of the illusion move around or something. You would just, in a way that her being around has always just been her casting minor illusion.
Oh.
Yep. So that's why it never moves or speaks. And when she does speak, and you never see the lips move.
Weird.
And someone's dialing a phone, apparently.
Sorry, my phone alarm went off because it's 11.
Okay.
I think it's sleep time, guys.
Okay, you guys want to call it a night?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is our intercession process here?
It's 5e, so there isn't exactly an intercession, but we can do something similar to it.
I was gonna say, what are we gonna set up for, like we're training for next time or whatever?
Ah, okay. So that really depends on you. Kate, did you want to start training to be a warlock?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm gonna mark that down. Give me a... That is actually a charisma check, and not intelligence.
6.
Kate, you increased your charisma by 1, but you did not learn any spells, or neither did you come anywhere near close to becoming a warlock. But your mom seems
Whoa.
very supportive of you and your failure, and pats you on the head again.
What do you mean failure?
You rolled a 6.
Yeah, but like I literally said I was gonna start tomorrow.
Well, yeah, this
Yeah.
is during the time skip.
This is the idea that you were doing this during the in between the time between this session and the next one.
Oh, okay.
So, you did your best. Your mom pats you in the head, tells you you failed, but that you can try again tomorrow. She's being very blunt, but very supportive.
Cool.
Also, your dad finally tells you about your mom, even though your mom told you last night.
And you're like, Dad, you're a fucking idiot.
Right? You'd be like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna sacrifice you a Sheldon Point asshole.
Yeah. Thanks for lying to me for my whole 7 years, you dick.
Right? Like, all you are is a sperm donor. You're not even fucking important in this equation.
Okay. So, Jake, what were you doing for the duration of your end of session?
I'm actually going to see if I can get my mom to train me in the dexterous arts. Like, I know she's an assassin. What can she teach me about being stealthy and agile?
Okay. She said she's apprehensive to teach you the more deadly arts, as in she doesn't want you to be an assassin, but she's willing to train you in defensive stuff.
Okay, I'm going to tell her, yeah, I'm going to need to be able to defend myself, so having some combat skill would be nice, wouldn't it? I mean, come on, I'm 1'6". I need as much help as I can get in this category.
Alright. So she actually...
I feel like you train with toothpicks.
She takes you to the training ground and just, like, sets you up with boxing gloves that actually fit you, and you're fighting, like, this trained... I don't know, I guess it'd be a trained mouse to fight against. So you're literally that beginning level adventurer fighting mice, man. Congratulations.
Well, I'm 1'6". I could fight, like, I could get my gang of squirrels to practice with me.
Hey, it's a start, buddy. It's a start.
Give me your dex check. This is more about being mobile and not being killed by a mouse that's actually rather large, even for your size.
So, do you think it would be a rat?
It'd probably be a rat. Jake, up your dex by 1.
Yes. I fucked this rat.
You're doing actually pretty good, man. Just so you're aware, you are now proficient with unarmed attacks.
Yes.
Which is still strength-based.
I was gonna say that's not gonna do me a whole lot of good, but it's a nice thing to have in an emergency in case I have to punch a rat in the mouth.
Yeah. Eric, what are you doing? Unlike everyone else, you can spend time with your chickens if you want, but you actually can go to the Mage's Tower since you have the book. And go study with them.
Eric?
Did Eric just fall
What are
asleep
you doing?
near the end?
He's sitting at the desk. Eric? What are you doing?
I don't know.
Okay. Tell him his options again, Jack.
He can do whatever he wants, but an option for him is to go to the Mage's Tower to study with the mages.
Are those monk guys in the city?
There are actually no monks in town. The only monk you heard of was apparently this wild, crazy, drunken woman who runs around beating up monsters. On the outside of town. Surprisingly, a lot of going out of town, man.
I'm gonna concentrate on my chickens then.
Okay.
And hatching my Jesus chicken egg.
Okay. Give me an animal handling check.
Don't
critically fail, man. Do not critically fail and destroy your only egg. Okay. You're fine, man. So
Alright,
what
I'm also gonna baptize the 2 chickens that I got from Kate.
Sure, man.
Just
It's like, do you have
Good.
your, like, you have the nun do that, or do you do that?
I'm gonna get her to show me how to do that.
So, she essentially shows you by taking a bucket, filling it with holy water, and she dunks the chicken into the holy water, and holds it down there while saying a prayer, and then lets the chicken go.
I was gonna say,
I'm
this
gonna
chick
do that to
strip all of the flesh off of this bitch's arm.
The nun is surprisingly fine, though she does have a few nicks here and there.
I'm
Would
gonna
you
try it
like
with
to
the
attempt
rooster.
that?
I'm gonna try it with the rooster.
Give me an animal handling check. If you fail, you're gonna get screwed up, man. You got screwed up. Roll a d6 is how much damage you take. How much health do you have?
3.
Oh shit!
Actually gets killed by this rooster.
I got you down as a max 2 health, and you're down to -1. So yeah, you got beat up by a chicken, and then you spent the rest of your time unconscious.
Alright, well, thank God I did that in front of my mummy.
It's like you did it by yourself. You just like comes outside and you just died. You get to roll your whole new character.
It's like, hey, at least chickens are clean.
Alright. So you guys have fun? Admittedly, the pacing's a little off right now, but it's still pretty early into the game.
I was gonna say we're like 7
Yeah, I had
minutes.
fun.
Okay. I meant to ask you guys, do you want to skip by months or years in between sessions?
I think that what we should do is roll a d2 to decide that at the start of session, and then roll a d12 or whatever it is.
I was
Okay.
gonna say if we skip by a year, I expect more than one fucking stat increase.
Okay. So far it's been 2 years and 4 months? 5 months.
Yeah.
And basically the idea is that in 1 month, if you guys want to specifically pick a month or a time, but they have to be less than the die roll that you make, within the next month is when the next wave of monsters is going to show up. Typically what happens is that you guys all go to your houses, you lock yourselves in, you have weapons at the ready. They actually equip kids with shields, if not actual weapons, and you're all just sitting in your house waiting to see if any monsters break through the wall.
Fuck that! I'm gonna be standing on top of the wall, shooting it in the face.
They might actually let you, man. They'll need any help they can.
I was gonna say, what are they gonna do to fucking stop me? They're not even gonna realize I'm there. I'm gonna boot all. They've got bigger issues, literally.
All I'm gonna say is that you need to actually be careful because you could, if you fall off the wall, you're dead. You get attacked by a monster, you're dead. You never want to be anywhere near any of these guys. But yeah,
That's why
if you help out, you will gain experience for that.
Like you know how the castle walls have like the brick that,
Perfect.
Yeah, like those holes in the walls that you can put your arrows through and your guns through.
yeah, basically I could literally just stand in that and shoot at it.
All right,
And
man.
if it looks at me to attack me, oh look, duck beneath the wall.
Oh man, I was thinking about something and it just slipped my mind just now. What was it? Give me a minute, guys. Was it backgrounds? No. History? No. Ah,
Gaming
come on. It's literally like you were just thinking about something and it just slipped out of your head.
That happens to me every once in a while.
You don't have spell books. You don't have where the mayor. Where the spells, worries, blah blah blah. Okay, experience. We actually have to hand out experience. So you actually did technically knock out someone. You didn't kill him. But I wouldn't have granted any more experience than knocking him out. So between the three of you, split 100 experience, which is, let's mark it down as 33. No one, and Eric gets 34.
Cool.
Okay. So,
Does Kate's character have any old XP?
from being shot, I'm gonna say no. Because she actually
Okay.
didn't help in the fight. She just got shot and went down.
Yeah, she just sat there and screamed.
God, what a girl.
Okay. So, Eric, for you, if you would like to spend 50 experience, I will give you animal handling proficiency. Because you've been raising chickens. For like,
Probably a good
for
plan.
like 5 months, you've been raising these chickens. You want that?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So, you're down to 19 experience, and you are now proficient in animal handling.
Woo.
Didn't I get that from the druid guy?
Not when you fail over and over again. So
I
give
didn't
you-
fail with the druid guy.
Did I give you that? You got I know you got the spell.
I was gonna say I thought it was the spell and the animal handling. Like, that was all I was gonna
If
get.
you,
I wasn't
yeah,
gonna get
if you want to
shape shifting or anything.
if you want to spend 50 experience, then you can get animal handling expertise.
Okay.
Not expertise, proficiency. Okay, did you also want that? You do have two friends who are both proficient with animal handling now.
No, they can do whatever I need to do.
Okay.
Be like, you command this animal.
Oh. Well, you kind of are. You don't have. You can undo it, Jake. And if you want,
What?
you could spend 200 experience next time to become ambidextrous.
I want the animal handling though because I have going to have speak with animals, and I already can communicate vaguely with small animals.
Okay. Just making sure.
So
So you got a whole lot of animal going on.
yeah,
Are you trying to get like an animal pet later on?
I was thinking that actually because as Arcane Trickster, you get a level or a couple of level 1 wizard spells, one of which could be
Fine, familiar.
the familiar. And I was thinking if I can be, animal enough that I can skip on familiar for the companion,
Yeah, you could do something like that.
and then I could ride, a dog into battle or whatever.
You could ride pretty much anything into battle, man. You could still ride that chicken. You are still very tiny.
Yeah.
Even as an adult, you would still be. Would you are smaller or are you tiny as an adult?
Dog into battle.
Okay. Well, that's it for tonight. You guys want to say anything? You have anything to bring up?
No, I'm good.
That's all I can think of.
Oh,
good for
Kate,
now.
your mom heals the scar on your leg from where you got shot.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, your mom's actually very nice. And
Good. I'm happy about
most
that.
likely extremely powerful. Who somehow never
Perfect.
uses magic. Like, being a lynch is like the pinnacle of being a wizard.
Excellent.
Okay.
Anyways, guys, I do have to go. I need to. I work
that's
early
it.
tomorrow morning.
That is it. Don't know if
Okay.
anyone's watching this stream, but thanks for watching. That's 2.5 hours of content for no reason.